Bro, let's get into it. So, I have the whole beat laid out here, but we're just gonna focus on the melody. So, I'm just gonna delete everything else off, just so you know you can't get distracted. And we'll zoom in a bit. So, first thing I started off with was the chords. But you know, before you get into it, smash like, okay, hit the like button. It really helps. Cool. Alright, so first thing is the chords. So the chords are basically the basis of the whole melody, so we need to get these right. Alright, so the chords that you want to use are these chords. So they're pretty simple. All I did was do this, make the chord. This is the chord right here. Copy the root note down, copy the root note down again, and did this for all the chords. And then I added these passing notes right here, so gives it that rhythm, you know. And I also strummed this note right here. So normally it would be like that. That would be the normal chord. Okay, let's zoom in. That would be the normal chord. But then I put it over here just to give it some more rhythm and more bounce. So. That's with, and then without. It's just a little bit extra sauce, and I just copied the same. So yeah, so first you want to go down with the chords, and then you want to bring it back up, but using the same chords. So it's basically flipping, mirroring the pattern. So yeah, that was that. Pretty simple. And then I did add these things up here. So these are basically the chord below it, pitched up like 1 or 2 octaves, and then just strummed out. And yeah, it sounds like this, and that just gives it a little bit something different. Haven't really heard it in any beats, so you know, I think this is the first time I've made my own sauce for real. But maybe not, probably not. But yeah, so I like to do this. It just is a little bit of ear candy. But anyway, the next thing that you want to do is add a melody. So this is the melody. I actually played this on the keyboard. I have a keyboard right here. Probably can't see it, but that's all good. So yeah, I just played it in the spaces between the chords where there was more, like there was not really much going on. So if you remember, the chord was doing stuff here, so then I didn't play there, and then I played here, and then the chord was doing stuff here, and then I didn't play there. I played here. And also, if you notice, yeah, it's 2 different melodies. Okay, so that just gives more variation and make sure the beat doesn't get boring and repetitive. Even though you want repetition, but like a controlled amount of it, right? So yeah, I'll just play it for you. So yeah, nice and emotional, basically going down and then back up, and then this one's going up and down and then back up. And I'll play it with the chords so you get what I mean. Hey. So yeah, and then the next thing I moved on to was these strings. So let me go in here. It's just this basically. It's quite simple. Let me play. So yeah, that's the pattern. Just to fill in the space, as I said, because if you look here, there's a gap, so I wanted to fill that in, so I did. If you know how strings work, alright, so sometimes, alright, if you're playing a violin, right, which this is, sometimes you pluck it with your fingers, so like doo doo doo, and sometimes you bow it with the bow, so basically I wanted both to be here, so I wanted the staccato, that's with the plucking. Okay, so I wanted the plucking for and I wanted the sustain, so it sort of lasted longer, right? So then I had to do 2 separate plugins. Okay, let me show you. I had to open this plugin twice so I could go on I actually did split staccato, which I think is a combination of both. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I needed to change one to plucking and then one to bowing, basically. And if you look here, yeah. And yeah, that's why I have two, and it's just the same thing. So it sounds pretty cool. Just filling in the space, and then vocal runs. Just added a. I think this is a pretty default preset. It's the minor kit 10. Sounded pretty good. Just filling in more space again, more frequencies. The last thing I added was this guitar lick. Just pitched it down so it was on the right key, and then also reversed it right here. Just to, you know, give it that source and fill in more space. Then the final thing I actually added was a bass. So yeah, let me solo it out. So I'm gonna drag it out. This is the full bass pan. I'm gonna play it with the rest. Yeah, and then for the intro I just cut it off because I actually added the drums in for like 1 bar. So like this. Alright, let's move to the drums. I'm gonna just take out the melodies, zoom out a little bit. Alright, so you've got a little snippet there. Cool. Let's move to here. So obviously the 808. Just regular spins following the root notes. Turn the out knob up a little bit. Boost, EQ, you know the drill. You know how to make your 808 slap. I added this kick. Again, just following the 808. You know. Then add this clap. It's a regular clap. Then it's hi-hat. And for this I actually used my MIDI kit. Link in description, go cop. This hi-hat, I used the Madness hi-hat. This one. And just turn the velocities down a little bit. I fit quite well. And then use this snare as well. For this, also use my MIDI kit. It's the Uzi snare MIDI. And then open hat loop, which is also in my MIDI kit. It's the Samurai one. And then just added some risers. This is just a sweep I make from a cymatics kick. Use that in most of my beats. Yeah, so. And then these sweeps as well from a cymatic sound. Yeah, pretty cool. Let me play. But we're not done yet, because obviously we added some effects. So let's go into the effect. The chords, added just a basic reverb on the, I forgot what it's called, venue preset, and turn the wet all the way down. Separation up. Yeah, that's about it. And then also panned it a little bit to the left. Then boom the melody, same reverb. I like to add the same reverb to all the instruments, so it sounds like it's in the same room, you know, because reverb is basically the sound of the room. You know, every room has reverb, every area has reverb in fact, but it's either more or less. So if this is one beat, then it was going to be played in the same room, or instruments played in the same room, so I like to have the same reverb to give that kind of effect. I don't know if I'm waffling, by the way, or like there's actually something, some source in that. And then I just separated it and panned it to the right. And obviously the violins, so added a delay. This settings, copy it, and turn the wet basically to halfway, and then the chorus on the default preset. Just look at it. Halfway again, reverb. Like this, more wet this time, and just an EQ just to shape it a bit more. And then I added this for the vocals. I just added the EQ to muffle it a lot, and the reverb. a really wet reverb. This is a different reverb because I used that thing from TNT's kit that he dropped a while ago. I just used a mixer preset and yeah, just copied the strings onto the guitar and just deleted the EQ. Yeah, that's about it for effects. Don't add any effects to my drums. Stereo separate them or put them in mono. So kick and basses basically I put in mono, and the rest I just stereo separate a little bit. Play the beat for you. Like the video and watch one of these other videos.